Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. This is Yolanda Hinton, and this is FYI After Dark. I'm here with my co host, Edward Everett, aka Mr. E. And if you all will give us 30 seconds, we'll be back. We're just going to pull in our Instagram audience. Good evening again. I'm Yolanda Hinton, host of FYI Radio Show and FYI After Dark, here with my co host, Edward Everett, aka Mr. E. What's T, Mr. E?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Such a wonderful day in the neighborhood. And good afternoon to you and to you. And thank you so very, very much for joining us on FYI After Dark.
It's been a beautiful day. We started off this morning with FYI Radio Morning Show. We're going to tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But we want to first welcome our listeners, those that are viewing us. We're on Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. And look, make sure you all like, share, comment, and subscribe. We promise we'll reply, we'll shout you out, but we definitely want to know who's on the line. This is our roll call, but it's also our After Dark show where we're going to talk about a whole lot of things, and we want you all there to talk about it too. Let's welcome our sponsors, Mr. E. First of all, you're doing great. You had a great day.
That's right. I had a wonderful day. And yes, thank you so very, very much for asking. It's been a beautiful day here in the 757. The temperature on the outside was about 81 degrees today. The sun is shining and look like spring is already here.
Well, spring is here. And
Well,
you can see the evidence of it.
Well, spring done sprung.
Spring done sprung, 80-something degree weather now. Come on.
Yes.
We are definitely in it.
That's right. That's right. So welcome you, and thank you so much for tuning.
Absolutely. Now, look, if you all look on the right of you up top, you're going to see one of the sponsors, Beard Gods. We would love for you all to go and visit the website, www.beardgods.com. That's BeardGodz. Mr. Chris Hinton is the owner. Got great products for you guys, shampoos, and you got conditioners, you got balms, you got everything you need to make that beard look real good and fancy. Mr. E, I hope you're still using your oils and things.
It's about time for me to get some more, Miss Hinton. I got to get some more for them to help me with the gray. It does a wonderful job. It moisturizes. It keeps the hair particles from falling on light colored clothes or dark colored clothes. It helps it so it won't be dry. So hey, make it your business. Go to Beard God and look for Mr. Chris Hinton and tell him, say, listen, I heard about it on FYI After Dark.
Well, it's looking great, Mr. E, and we recommend you all go to that website, www.beardgods.com. Check it out, and I tell you what, it'll make you look good.
That's right.
Let me mention that he has vitamins, biotin that helps strengthen the hair and the nails and the skin, along with all kind of balms, picks, and things that you can help groom yourself with. He has hoodies, he has hats, you name it. He has it for you guys, and he'll have you looking really, really good. That's right. Let's also welcome Bulvic. Bulvic is another sponsor. Bulvic Academy, Bulvic, go to the website, bulvic.com. Check out the information on the blogs. Plenty of information for those that are interested in knowing more about our anti-bullying initiative, what bullying is, why people bully, how you can get help. Also, you can see books by Yolanda Hinton. Bullying is right your nose. And also you can check out The Diary of a Former Bully. Now you can get those books hard copy, ebook, Audible, you name it. You can get those books in Spanish and English and enjoy it with the family. You know, bullying is something that hadn't gone away yet, Mr. E. It's not like it's, popped up today and it's gone tomorrow. This thing has been getting bigger and bigger and bigger throughout the years, and it's basically out of control. And we need a remedy. We need something that can help our children and families, our schools, get through this rough time with this thing called bullying. We want to really help people to rise above and be able to live without being threatened, or live without, being out of control, live without, the feeling of not knowing what to do when you see things like this happening, and harassment and bullying. And, just visit bullying, Bulvic, Bulvic. You can get the books, and there's also a game called Bulvic.
That's right.
There as well. It is a great game for everybody.
Right.
Kids would love it. It's a very positive game, and families can play it together. Parents would love it because it kind of gets out of that realm of a lot of violence and things like that. But it has a great message, Mr. E, and we just hope that parents would take the time and go to bulvicacademy.com and check out, the resources there and the information.
That's right. And listen, I want y'all to know, if you've been bullied around the town, listen, you'll learn and find out, because it takes a while for you to play this game, but the game will help you to find your way out and to help you to deal with issues concerning bullies and what bullying is all about.
Absolutely. You can also go to Google Play for your Android for the game Bulvic. You can also go to apple.com for the game Bulvic. You can download it and just really enjoy it. It's Bulvic. Go check it out. You can also go to the website, bulvicacademy.com. You can get it there along with the book and along with the resources. Also, you can check us out on Facebook, Bulvic Academy, LLC, and just say something. We were waiting, and we would love to let you all interact. We're waiting to come together with you all on that platform and talk about bullying and what it is. As a matter of fact, Mr. E, that's going to be one of the topics at Pizza in a Dialogue, which is something that Crystal Community Development Corporation, my organization, has put together for our children. We have the rallies, Mr. E.
Right.
We've had dinner and a dialogue for leaders and those that are in education, for parents. But we also have a nice small setting for our parents and our girls, young women achieving success, young men achieving success. And we come together to talk about what kids are concerned about. Bullying is one of the things that we will be talking about on April the 30th in Chesapeake, Virginia at 6 p.m. It's on a Wednesday. And you can call 757-287-6792 if you want more information, or just DM me. Let me know that you are interested in bringing your youth group or your child, our grandchild, niece or nephew out to be a part of Pizza and a Dialogue.
And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, being able to dialogue, to being able to talk about it, bringing family members, bringing adults and young adults and children out there so they can enjoy and hear the conversation and be able to deal with issues concerning bullying.
Mr. E, can you tell everybody what we do on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the morning?
That's right. I want you to join us on FYI Radio Show from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, Peace 95.3, and WMVA 88.9 FM. That's 4 radio platforms. And not only that, you can hear us on the World Wide Web. That's heard all over the world by going to 1400 AM and 1350 AM, where we talk about nothing but the best, from sports to issues concerning men and women, and from things that are happening around the town, and from immigration. You name it, FYI talks about it in the AM, in the daytime. So I'd like to invite you to join us on FYI Radio Show live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, Peace 95.3 FM, and WMVA 88.9. That's in your automobile, and then you can pick us up on your cell phone, on your internet, wherever you may be. We are there with you by going to 1400 AM, 1350 AM.com. Click and listen live.
Also, don't forget Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. You can meet us there on those platforms at 9:30 a.m. We're live radio in the morning, but we're also on social media platforms. Check us out. And look, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe on those platforms. Make sure you go to YouTube. You can go to FYI Radio Show. Host Yolanda Hinton on YouTube. You can go to Crystal Records One, CRISTO Records One on YouTube. Of course, we're there. You just Google us, or just put our name in the search for those other platforms. Facebook Live right here. Mr. E. Edward Everett is on all the platforms as well. Make sure you go to his page, like, make sure you share, make sure you comment and subscribe on his page. As well, my personal page as well, and then we have a whole host of pages on Facebook Live. We got FYI Radio Show there. We got IFYI Radio Show there. We got Yolanda Hinton's fan page. We got all kind of pages right here on Facebook. So don't forget to join us on any or all those platforms.
That's right.
And just check out what we do. We've been doing this for quite some time, and we will celebrate down the line another year, Mr. E.
That's right.
We have really been out here, on the grind.
That's right. And congratulations to you. And don't forget, you can check us out. This is almost 10 years of being on radio.
It is 10 years, absolutely.
Yeah, almost absolutely. 10 years of being on radio, where we bring you nothing but the very best to help our community to rise above mere survival, so you won't be left out in the dark.
All right. Yeah, for your information, bringing plenty of information to you, and just a whole lot of great subject matter, great topics. Great folk. I tell you what, we just had Dr. Tanya Pass. She was here celebrating with us an event that she's having. And we've had so many, many more. We'll also have immigration. We'll talk about immigration on that morning show. And we have a very special guest. I tell you what, when you talk about immigration, folk are listening. We're talking about immigration and deportation, Mr. E, and it is just a lot going on, and we'll talk about that again in a little bit. But tonight we're going to talk about a couple of segments that we're going to be doing, and just give you a little bit of tea with these segments. Mr. E, we on FYI After Dark, Yolanda Hinton is going to spearhead the Hot Topics segment. I guess everything that's hot, everything that's in real time that's going on. Mr. E is coming with Around the Town.
That's right.
And he's going to be talking about community news. You know what, Mr. E, I really like that segment that we did. We actually introduced it on the morning show. But I love the idea of learning more about our community, learning more of what we're doing, the events, the drama, the news, what's happening, how people are coping in the community. I think it's a fine segment.
And not only that, Ms. Hinton, it's topics that we're bringing. See, sometimes when you don't know what's going on in your community, you would love to know what's going on in your community. So what we're doing here is helping you to know exactly the changes that are being made in your community. The different voting status, like Virginia Beach is trying to figure out what is 10 and 1 and 4 and 7. Do they want to continue to do it the way they used to do it, or they want to change the method? We also want to let you know who's running and who's doing this and what mayor is doing and what buildings are being constructed and what's going on around the community, so it can help you to rise up and give you great information so that you can take your community back and you won't be lost in the sauce.
Absolutely. We're going to serve all that tea from our local political, sports, what's around the town, opening events, what food and all kind of things, especially now, Mr. E, that the spring and summer's here. Folk are getting out, having a good time, and we're going to definitely, bring it to you. As far as the hot topics and stuff are concerned, that subject matter, it's going to be some hot topics. We're looking to have a group that are going to be talking about this fentanyl epidemic that we're having, and we'll announce that as soon as that is confirmed. That is definitely a hot topic, Mr. E. Sometimes people don't realize what's going on in the world, until they kind of take a peek. Just like me with bullying, bullying, it was something I didn't even pay attention to. And when I did, I found out that it was such a crisis, that it was something really traumatic that was going on. And it began to get really big, and more people began to talk about it. Celebrities and politicians, all kind of folk began to talk about it. The schools, an epidemic, something that was out of control. And so, again, with these topics and things, we're going to highlight those things that are going on that sometimes you don't realize is in your own backyard.
That's right.
Or, it's in the world, sitting right there, facing us. And a lot of things that we need to address, a lot of things that we need to come to grips with, a lot of things that we need to accept, a lot of things that are out of our control. And so these hot topics are things that people are going to want to talk about. We'll talk about the entertainment world hot topics. We'll talk about political hot topics, sports hot topics, even some of the drama that's on TV and things like that. Mr. E will do that as well. Something that took place today that is a hot topic. It was actually exciting as well. And that was going up in space. The celebrities that went into space on today, which included Katy Perry, Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and many more who went up there. It was a historic event. All female Blue Origin flight, Mr. E. They took off. They took off today, and it was really, really exciting.
Ms. Hinton, when we begin to look at Gayle King and all of them going back, I heard Oprah was kind of nervous and was kind of glad that her friend made it back.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the timeline from them going from Earth until they into space.
Yes. What happened was it was a round trip expedition to the edge of space before they went up there for, I guess, about 11 minutes, and they came back down. They were very exciting. See, I'm gonna tell you what made me nervous from the jump was Gayle. When she announced it on her show, she was so afraid, so nervous. And I was like, Gayle, I wasn't for it. I wasn't for it. I didn't want Auntie to go up there and because she was so frightened. This wasn't just a regular fear. This was just fright. And but we saw her as she began to, address, this thing, and she wanted to really make an impact or she wanted to do something special. She had just turned 70 years old, and she wanted to really to do something in her life that she could say, man, I did that.
That's
And
right.
so
That's
she
right.
joined this female crew, and they went up on today. Mr. E went up to space, came back. She kissed the ground, and I can't wait to hear her just talk and talk and talk about every second, every moment, every minute of this going to space. This is something that people don't do every day, meaning the average person.
That's right. And
And
when you get
so
an
this
opportunity,
opportunity that she has to me was exciting, maybe something that I wouldn't do, but I tell you what, she got the opportunity to do it and it was fabulous. Oprah was crying like a baby. I know she was crying because she was happy, but Gail did say this. She said that if Oprah or her two children would have said, no, 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 she wouldn't have gone. But they were like, Mom, friend, do your thing, do you, and enjoy the ride.
that's right. And that was one of the greatest things you could ever ask while they go up into space and come back down. So and then it's an experiment. It's a thrill seek. I would go if somebody asked me, hey, you look would you go to the edge of this space and turn around and come back? Yes, I would. I want to say good afternoon to my nephew who's is chiming in on us with Instagram. Kool-Aid, how are you, boy? I'm so proud. I'm so glad to see you along with he said, Uncle Ed, love you. Hello, Miss Ma'am. I'm so glad that you right here with us. That's my nephew, and I'm thanking God for him.
But Mr. E, when people make history, it's something that you're going to think about and think about for a long time. There was a time that women, first of all, wouldn't go, couldn't go into space, uh, and the average person didn't have the opportunity to go in space like that. Eventually, those barriers were broken, and you see women going as astronauts to the moon. You see women, now having the opportunity to just fly up there and come back. I guess eventually, look, you can take the whole family to the
That's
moon.
right.
Is that where we're going with it, Miss D?
That's what's gonna happen next. The whole family gonna be able to tag along, and where you going this week? Well, we're going to the edge of the surface, and we're gonna fly a rocket ship, and we just going to the moon and turn around and come back. At least there's a great experience of somebody saying, "I went there, I did it, I done it," and I'm quite sure that once Gail got back here, I don't know if she was over exaggerating how she felt afterward, but Gail got down on her knees as if to say, Lord, I just want to tell you thank you, and kiss the soul, and as if to say, I ain't leaving this place no more.
I'm so glad she is back. I can't wait to hear every nugget of this trip along with Katy Perry. And there's a lot of other
That's right.
women that have. You all check out the story online, just Google it and just see history in the making, how they did make history. 11 women, I believe, 11
Yeah.
women or 11 crew went up there and just went to space. Now, when y'all start going to the mall and all that stuff on Mars, I'll be ready for that one, Miss Lee.
It's gonna be a great shuttle. Everybody gonna be shuttling up. Shh, come on back down. And I can imagine how much it's gonna cost. Now, back in the day, they already told us that they're gonna be able to fly all over the world. The Jetsons started it, George, Elroy, and the Dog, and all of them started doing that flying all around cosmic space, So you're gonna have avenues and street names that you'll be able to go in and see what's popping.
But we can't wait to see the flying cars. They
That's right.
already
That's right.
have, look, they're already getting those ready. Can you imagine? Would you do a flying car, Miss D?
I'll do it. Miss Cynthia, they already got robots cleaning the floors. The robot vacuum cleaners already at the little round things that already got those in place. You got the refrigerators and the wash machines that sing and play music for you and let you know when everything is done. What's next? The flying car. Well, we already got Tesla, and Tesla, all you got to do is push a button. It'll drive you down the street yourself. So
Absolutely.
the next thing in the world will be the flying car.
So look, along with the hot topics, Mr. E, he's gonna do some community news. Mr. E, what you got? You got a little bit of something for us right now?
You know, Miss Hinton, just like a lot of people may not never understand, they're like my nephew Kool-Aid. He's out of town and he's not in the 757. And want to let you know that Michael Vick is right here ready to go. He's ready to go with Norfolk State first scrimmage, what he's going to bring to us. And hey, if you don't know that Mr. Vick is there, Michael Vick is ready to go. Not only that, the Norfolk Casino, they're gonna start building the Norfolk Casino. The contract is $750 million. Norfolk Casino has been swept away from the company assigned to the original plan after changing leads in the development. So we got to look at it. The Norfolk waterfront, the two outstanding companies are ideal teams led to construct our resorts on the Norfolk waterfront. Is executive presidents and general counsel board gaming S.P. Ballard has proven a track record that they're ready to go. They're ready to go to build the Norfolk Casino. The casino will be ready to go in 2027. The permanent results is expected to feature 200-room hotel. That's right, 200-room hotel, 8 food and beverages outlet, and a casino with 1,500 slot machines and 50 table games. So, hey, get ready because it's on its way this way.
Yeah. Hampton Roads, are you ready? But look, they're ready because we already in Portsmouth, Virginia, have a casino that is absolutely making all the bread in the whole wide world.
That's right. That's right. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. So the thing about it is they have already great shows there. The people are making money for the city like I don't know what. They are, they have the restaurants, soon to have a hotel. Portsmouth is doing it. And I'm telling you, the way the people are supporting it, it is really going to be beneficial to our schools and things like that.
And now Norfolk is doing, just in case you want to know about what's happening down at the Military Circle Mall. Listen, they can return the Military Circle Mall into a fitness center, a library at the Military Circle Mall. Hey, it's coming. It's coming. You just got to be ready to say, wow, look at the changes that's taking place at the Military Circle Mall.
All right, Hampton Roads is a lot going on with our great development. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot. It's bringing the boys to the yard, bringing the money to the table.
That's
it's
right.
just right. If you look around, those that are in the Hampton Roads area, if you look around, you see where the apartments and you see homes going up everywhere. And when you talk about Norfolk, at one time some folks were saying there was no room for growth, but if you notice, things are changing right there in the downtown Norfolk area. There are some great things happening there. There are affordable homes going up. There are affordable condos and all kind of things in that area. We're talking about progress.
That's right. You look in that downtown Norfolk from Tidewater Park to Moden Park, from all the way to Calvary Park. They are rebuilding like crazy. They're getting ready to go into the second phase also by going in there and taking over Calvary Park as well as Tidewater Park. So you might well get ready. Norfolk would be one of the biggest, finest, and beautiful cities you ever want to see. Not only that, they're getting ready to change Norfolk back off the mall. That's going to change too. They're going to do some construction down there too. They're going to build some beautiful things going on in that city. But guess what? The law is on our side because one, if you're a shoplifter, you're going to get punished for being a shoplifter. The law has
Absolutely.
changed so that you be able, if you caught shoplifting, you're going to pay the price. Norfolk Kenny Alexander said, you ain't getting away with it because we're trying to change the crime because it went down so much. You know, it's criminal rates or crime rates has gone down. So we are thankful for the voting for things that's about to happen in the 757 and around the community.
Chesapeake Square Mall is on its way down, but they have a new development there. They're going to be doing great things. If you're in Hampton Roads, make sure you check out what's going to be going on in that area of Chesapeake. And also around the Greenbrier area, Greenbrier Mall has exchanged owners. Somebody with big money came in and bought that mall. You know, malls are kind of like dinosaurs at
That's
this
right. That's
time.
right.
You know, they used to flourish. Everybody was there. It was packed and crowded, but every dog has its day. And
That's right.
so we're going to see new things. You know, some of these malls are going to turn into town centers, and you're going to see, you know, homes and condos on top, you know, and stores on the bottom. You know, just look to see the change that we have to, you know, progress has to be made. And
That's
so,
right.
you know, all around the town, Virginia Beach is doing their thing. There's some great things coming there. You know, we have the tourism in Virginia Beach at the ocean front. If you all are not familiar with Virginia and Virginia Beach resort area, and definitely they are still on the move. We're sorry, though, that we have lost something in the water for right now, but we don't know what the future holds. In the meantime, there are some things coming up, some events that are coming up, Mr. E, down there at the water front, and it's free. They have the Waka Flocka event, and it's free for families and things like that. You can go down there. They have other shows, other things happening all the time. You need to check out those things happening in Virginia Beach as well.
I just want to let our listening audience know also, Ms. Hinton, that the MacArthur Mall will be changed to the Anchorage. The name will change to the Anchorage, featuring a 400-room military hotels and 518,000 square foot of a high-rise residential place.
Yes.
You know, our mayor said that the high-rise residential tower with possibly 400 to 600 units will be there with rental and ownership options, plus a 47,000 square feet of luxury ammetry and active ground floor leasing. He also said it would be 2 acres. Mm-hmm. 2 acres. 2 acres of feet of luxury and 2 acres of pedestrian orient promenade with more than 170 square feet of retail space. In other words, it's going to be residential, it's going to be businesses all tied together at the Anchorage. That's the new MacArthur Mall.
I tell you what, somebody got some money.
Somebody. But see, Norfolk got the money. So you get ready, and it's going to add on to more money, because the casino is on its way. Rosie, look out.
Well, Hampton Roads as a whole, I mean, hey, Virginia is coming up. Let me say, the only thing that I kind of want to say about Virginia, where's our team? Where is Hampton Roads team, sports teams? We can't seem to get a team, Misty. What's that all about?
Well, we did have one a long time ago, which is the Norfolk Squires. We had one. So that's in the makings.
We were babies then.
That's in the makings. We will
What's in the making?
Have us a pro team here.
Okay, Maker.
You watch. We're going to have another pro basketball team because everybody is coming back home. Look at Michael Vick. He's coming back home and he's bringing a lot of his friends to the area. And a lot of his friends that went away is now bouncing back into the 757. And so for long, full day, Norfolk will have its own basketball or own football team right here.
Okay, team. I'll be waiting, Mr. E. I'll be waiting for that day.
And
I
then you're
mean,
going
it
to say,
seems
I
like we
told
can't
you.
get a team for nothing. You know,
And then,
like sometimes it's in the making, but it
that's right.
never comes through. But hey, who knows?
And then you can hear me say, I told you, I told you, I told you. I want to say
Mm.
Kool-Aid, my nephew, he's a tractor and trailer driver, and now he's living in Suffolk. I am so proud of that young man. Keep up the good work, Kool-Aid.
That's very good, Kool-Aid. Thank you for joining us. And you all that are here looking, make sure you say something in the chat so we can shout you out. Look, there are a lot of things going on. Again, we are going to highlight, even on this show after dark, immigration and deportation. Mr.
Ah,
E, talking about something hot off the press today in the office of the White House. Trump and the president of what is it over there where they have
El
taken
Salvador.
El Salvador sat there and said that they can't help the young man that was scooped up. Did you hear what I just said?
I
He
heard,
was
I
scooped
heard you. I
up,
heard you.
and they sat there like it was just something that is just okay to do.
Isn't that so
They
heartbreaking?
said it was the conversation, and I want you all to go see for yourself. This conversation, which to me seemed so uh, heartless, it was like, hey, we can't do nothing about it. The president of El Salvador, we can't do nothing about it. Why we can't do? Wait a minute, this is a person that has been scooped up that did not have anything to do, they said allegedly, with gangs and things like that. And so we're gonna be hot on this story because I if he can be scooped up, who else could be scooped up?
That's one of the heartbreakingest things to know that the president of the United States, they have a man that's legal in the United States, and now he done joined up with El Salvador. Well, we fail to realize we got to understand who is the president of the United States. When they know that that fellow that they scooped up was illegal, and how many others
Illegal?
was illegal.
Which
How many
one?
others have they scooped up that was illegal also? Now, here's the
Yes.
question that I want to ask all of them. Where are the children that y'all had on the border? Where are, why you can't release that man from the prison of El Salvador? Why you can't let him go free? You already know that he's a free man. You holding somebody incarceration that does not need to be there. So we understand now, Miss Hinton, how they operate. That's why so many men and women are incarcerated today, and because of mistakes. There's a glitch in the machine. Now, this man, there was a mistake. They didn't know what they knew that he wasn't illegal. They knew that he was legal in the States, in the United States, and he had all his documentation and all this paperwork. Why don't y'all just leave these people alone?
Due process. Now, people are supposed to have due process. You're supposed to find out who, what, where, and why. And are they criminals? You have to find that out.
I
But
believe
this
that's a
man was
trick.
scooped up from his family. It's so heartless. I just can't believe it. But you all visit our political news and see this conversation, and it's as though the heart of many sitting there in that room wasn't there. I was appalled. I said to myself, I'm very glad that we are addressing immigration. When we do immigration, when we post immigration, when we have guests to come on, the numbers go up. A
That's right.
lot of people are interested in this topic, Mr. E. And so we will have, if you all join us on Wednesday, on our morning show, we'll have a special guest that's going to talk about immigration and answer some of the questions that we may have. We're also going to bring it, we've got to bring it over here on our After Dark segment so we can talk where people can ask questions, make comments, and really dialogue about this thing. You know, we don't know everything. We don't know all the laws. We don't know all the particulars. We don't know why, but we do know that people have to have a, you know, something that will target them legally.
That's right. That's right.
And do something about the situation legally before you just scoop people up and have them going who knows where. You know, to me, Mr. E, it's just like when we talk about the history of Black people, African American people, when we think about how you can be scooped up, families were scooped up, children were sold, you know, it makes me shake to even know that in this day and time we are just taking people, and we've got to make sure that they have due process, please. You know, we've got to really, really find out how we can assure our citizens that, you know, they are safe and they have the security of knowing that they're here legally, and they can't just be taken away just like that. Now, the criminals and folks that are coming in and just taking, having their way and stuff, we're not talking about you all. You
That's
all
right.
are definitely going to come before the court, and you're going to be deported. We'll talk about deportation too. And because you can do it a legal way, that's the thing about it. You don't have to sneak a Rooney. You don't have to sneak in. There is a way to become a citizen of the United States.
You know, the thing about it is they got all the documentation. They got all the paperwork on everybody that's here. I mean, when you look around, and again, Miss Hinton, I like what you said. It reminds us of the day of old when Black folks were being scooped up for no reason and sold on the chopping block and made to work on somebody else's farm.
Yes.
Now you turn around and don't care who you scoop up. You just go and get somebody's mama, somebody's dad, and take them away, and they're legal, but you just don't care who it may be, and you lock them up, put them in a jail cell. And they say that El Salvador's prison is one of the roughest prisons in the world, in the country, that once you get in El Salvador's prison, you in there for life. It's just like going to Al San Quentin here, where they are to Rikers Island, where they take you out from being on land, and now they take you into the water, and you can't get back, and you can't swim all that way back in. So it's just one of those 23 hours, 23 and 1, where you spend 23 hours locked in the jail cell and 1 hour in the yard. 23 hours locked in the jail cell and don't care who you may be, what you may be, or what's going on with you. All they want to do is scoop you up, and your president of the United States can't do nothing about it.
Well, I tell you what, we have families that are fearful. They're fearful, and they are legal, a lot of them, but they don't feel safe.
That's right.
So that's the crime right there. It's like, wait a minute, you came into this country and you got your legal papers and your green card, all that kind of stuff. Your family came in, but when you look at a story like that, Mr. E, a father and he's married, got his children, and you just take and school, it makes other people fearful and feel like, hey, I don't know what to do. A lot of people don't want to go out. A lot of people want to stay in and just stay away from the public. Stay away from doing the things that they need to do. And what can we tell them? And so we are going to continue with that hot topic because where is that going to end? And we want to have a balance because we know that everybody is not legal. And so for that reason, you got to go back and try to come in the right way. So we know there's going to be a balance. But for those that are, like I said, that are frightened, that are legal, you know, we need to make sure they are, you know, they have that sense of security with our Americas, our leaders and stuff saying, now, wait a minute, you all are not the ones that we're talking about. But in this case, hey, did it matter?
That's
Did it
right.
matter, Mr. E? It
And
didn't matter because guess what? The man was scooped up anyway.
that's right. And then I think that there's a diplomatic way to doing things. Just don't gang rush, bust somebody's door down, and make sure you got the right documentation. Give them a fair warning first. To if this John Doe, give John Doe a warning to let John know to turn himself in, or he's going to have some consequences. But see, when you don't do it the right way, now this man is stuck in El Salvador. And they said El Salvador. I heard so many of my friends who are Hispanic talk about El Salvador. And they said one place you don't want to go is to El Salvador prison.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to talk about it. You all can Google that story. They're covering it on the news today. And it's, like I said, it's a crime and a shame that, you know, people are just sitting there, you know, leadership laughing and, you know, mocking that this man will not be freed anytime soon, if ever. And you got a whole family, you know, hurting and in pain, you know, as a result. So we'll keep checking it out. Don't forget on Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. to check us out with our guests talking about immigration and deportation. You know, some of the things people that are, you know, not here legally, you know, you'll find out some of the things that you need to do. And those that here legally, you got to listen to find out how you can keep your family secure and how you can avoid certain things. You know, Mr. E, some of these folks gonna be profiled and gonna be stopped anyway.
That's right. That's right.
Some of
Those
these folks gonna be profiled.
they gonna see some of these folks who got that hard on them. They're gonna see folks walking down the street and gonna scoop them up. You'd be surprised how many folks that they gonna say, "Come here, let me see who you. What's your name? Let me see
Yes.
who you are," and find out there's so many folks. That's gonna stop a lot of folks from coming out of the house.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
gonna stop a lot of folks from going out to the stores. That's gonna stop a lot of folks from going into the mall. They're
Yes.
gonna start opening up their own businesses right in their own community.
Well, we'll see about that. But I tell you what, if you're illegal, you need to think about what you need to do. Find out, go to talk to family members, tell them to talk to immigration or listen to FYI on Wednesday and FYI after dark to find out some of the things that you need to do, honey, because this topic right here is on fire. And I don't even know when we'll get results or a remedy for some of the stuff that's going on now. But look, the tariffs. You know, we need to have somebody come on, Misty, and tell us about these tariffs because this thing has turned the stock market upside down.
That's right. That tariffs have turned the stock market upside down, has turned prices upside down. There's a lot of people that has a lot of concern because so many folks get that import export. That import export is a trade. It's a great to bring stuff in. It's a great market when you can bring in some wine from Belgium, when you can bring in some bread from Switzerland or some cheese, Swiss cheese from Switzerland. That market is import. We grew up on that trade market. We trade food for this, and so it's gonna hurt a lot of the folks around town. The tariff gonna go up so high. When the president said this, that China is 125. China say 125, and the president said 145. That's just a bully move. You doing something that should never be, because when you look at the import, the export, there are things in China that's made in America. There's things in America that made in China. You look at the figurines and the small little things that you do have, they're a lot valuable too. But when you get to the point where you raise his taxes, where you raise his tariffs, that's going to cause a lot of folks right here. I did not know they bring food in. They bring different stuff in in the market on the tariff. When you start looking at that, you know, and then you say to yourself, we got to go back and start making stuff in Virginia. I'm gonna get me some chicken.
All right, making stuff in Virginia.
I'm gonna get me some chickens.
We need to listen. I don't know why we want to interrupt our trade. You know, hey, China is saying, I'm going to show y'all. As a matter of fact, the big thing and the big T this weekend was talking about the fact that folk that were on the internet and our influencers on social media was talking about buying designer items, and the fact that, well, I put it like this. They say that China has been playing us and said that China's been selling our retail market all kind of things, not necessarily knock off, but they're selling them items that's made across the board, but they send it to certain countries to put their designer's label on it. And then they send it to us. And, you know, I'm kind of laughing because a lot of women, especially, not just women, but people that buy designer clothes, they high on that status. You know, it's like, I have a Gucci or a Mucci or whatever. MK. And the thing about it, MK, I got this, I got that, I got it. You know, they got all these brand names and they flaunt it. Let's tell it like it is. They get around and they flaunt. Oh, I don't buy those cheap bags. I don't buy this, and you know, I buy the best. I buy the high price, and you're finding out that this is what they're reporting, that you are buying just like anybody else. That they took your stuff and sent it to another country, put a little tag on it, and send it back to you. Wherein we got the one without the label for $1,500, $700, $500, $200. You paid $60,000 for that same bag.
Because
what Missy say? He ha. You know, I mean, because it's you know, a lot of people know that it is a pride thing and it's a status thing of, you know, having, oh, I have this and I have that and I have that. But, you know, a lot of people reported that we had been played by China, because China's like, look, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all a few tricks of ours. And so, you know, it's just amazing what's going on. That is definitely a topic of conversation. You know, do you feel like you've been played? Do you want to take all those bags that you have or clothing? You know, men, you all buy those designer things as well. You know, some of y'all that are all going to some of those internet, you know, popular
sites.
Dollar. I don't want to name no names, but I'm trying to tell you, the thought of my $10,000, $20,000, $60,000 bag is just some kind of regular bag with a label on it.
That's right.
I think I would be disgusted.
And you know, Miss Hinton, and the funny thing about it, you cannot tell the knockoff from the real stuff.
Unless you got that little label, but it's the same pocketbook. It just has that label. I want to say good evening to Miss Darlene Clark. How are you, love? Love to the family. But that is a topic of conversation, and it goes into, you know, some of the things, the hot topics that are going on in the entertainment world. You know, the Housewives of Atlanta. You know, they're known. A lot of them know for flaunting their designer bags and, oh, I don't go there and I'm too good for that. You know, it's a status thing. And so a lot of them, you know, I wonder if they are appalled or either surprised that, you know, some of that stuff that they've been buying is just like anybody else's stuff. You know, they can just glue a little label on it and they can call it something that is. The thing about it is, it doesn't take $1 million to make that bag. It just takes the money that it takes for the bag without the label. It's the same money. So if it costs $10 to do this bag, your bag was $10 to make. They took it and sent it to a country, put the label on it, and they charge you $10,000.
Just in case you don't know the definition of a tariff, for our listeners who don't know what tariff is, it's a tax imposed by a government on imported goods, sometimes also on exported goods. It's a tax thing. That's all it is raising the tax bar where you pay more taxes on import or export goods.
Absolutely. So, getting back to some of the hot topics, we're going to be talking about some of the, and the reason I brought up the housewives because, like I said, they're known for flaunting a lot of designer items and things like that. But also the fact that it is a new season, new ladies, new drama, and I mean, this show has been a fan favorite for sometimes, Mr. E. And what's going on now with this particular. I call it. I wanted to say a soap opera, but it's not a soap opera. It's a reality show. It's a lot of things that's happening. A lot of people love talking about these reality shows. It is a hot topic. It is a topic that you see on the TikTok platforms, on all the platforms, wherein people want to comment. They want to, have their favorites. They want to make sure they have the nemesis and those that they favor or don't favor, and they really love talking about these reality shows. Now, again, these are real shows,
That's right.
reality shows, and it's people's lives playing in real time, and so people love talking about it. We're gonna do things like that with our hot topics, and kind of get your opinion on where you feel things are going, if you can relate to some of this stuff, if you want to know why it's called a housewife show and there's no housewives up there, it's a lot. But I tell you what, these things keep drama. But let me say this, I feel as though, Mr. E, that just like anything, it has an expiration date. And so, wherein we were one time into soap operas, one time into this type of a show or that type of show, these housewives and this reality show era may be coming to an end, and something new may
That's right.
absolutely be introduced to us, especially with technology and things going on. And so we'll see how it plays out. They say the numbers are not that good for the Housewives of Atlanta. Maybe they'll come up as the season go on. But just like we talked about the mall, every dog has its day. Some of this stuff may be on its way out. We'll
That's right.
see. And while it's here, we'll keep up with some of this stuff and find out how much you all want to really talk about some of these things. So, I mean, it's so much going on, so many hot topics, so many things that we can talk about, Mr. E. I mean, we can go from here to the moon talking about it. We can talk about Elon Musk, and we can
That's
talk
right.
about the drama with Doge. And like you said, the tariffs, we can talk about that. We can talk about the White House and the White House drama, politics, and things like that. But we definitely going to keep up with what's going on. And we're going to get together and we have that dialogue with you all. Get your opinion, because it's only one perspective. My perspective with the hot topics. Mr. E has his perspective with the community news, but you all could be thinking something else or want to hear other things. We're going to kind of like listen out for that. For that reason, we're hoping that you all get involved in our After Dark show. We would love for you all to be a part of our panels. And the creation of our topics. Like I just said, if you all are interested in hearing anything in particular, make sure you let us know. A little bit later, Mr. E is going to give us some information on how you can contact us. But we would love to have you as a part of what we're doing. You can send Mr. E some community news. If you got something that you feel like the community needs to hear, if there's information that we should hear of an event, something new coming that don't nobody know about, but you can definitely, let us know, let Mr. E know, and we're going to bring it on our FYI After Dark segment.
That's right. And that's what we want you to do. And all you got to do is get ready and we'll talk about it and we'll come back to you and let you know this is the hottest thing on the market and you'll get it first. Straight off the press. No hard copies, but you get it off the press.
Absolutely. So listen, we want you all to continue to join us. The After Dark show starts at 6 p.m. Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Our morning show is Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 9:30. We're on Peace 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350, WPCE 1400, WMVA 88.9 FM, Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram at 9:30 a.m. Soon to be on TikTok.
That's
Soon
right.
to be on TikTok. I said it. And we would love for you all to join us. We have a lot of great shows, a lot of great folk coming on. Again, we'll be covering all kind of topics on Wednesday. Immigration, we want you to join us. We also have what's in your closet, what's under the hat, men and women issues. I love that show. And we want you to join us there in the morning for that. Also, FYI, serving dad tea. We serve a little tea. We haven't got a chance to serve a whole bunch, but I tell you what, we can do it over here as well. So keep listening and keep enjoying it. I want to make an announcement. Crystal Community Development Corporation. Young women achieving success, young men achieving success. We're going to have pizza and a dialogue. We want your youth groups to come, or just, bring a family member, bring a daughter, bring a son, middle school to high school age, and just come and enjoy a conversation with young people. They're going to be eating pizza. They'll have a little icebreakers and things like that, but they want to talk about certain issues. And I'm going to post again tonight the flyer so you can see some of the topics that they'll cover. It's going to be just a laid back, chill back little activity. It's not a great big grand thing, but if you want to come out, you are more than welcome. The number is 757-287-6792. Come on out, join us. Parents, you can come out because we'll have a little sidebar. We'll have a little sidebar for you all. We can talk about some things. I myself, Mr. E, and a few others will be there, the adults. The young people will have their facilitators, and hey, they'll talk about things they want to talk about. We'll come together and kind of like do a summary. Hey, eat a little pizza, and then let folk go home.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
So, Mr. E, can you give folk how they can be an intern, sponsor, a special guest with our shows?
If you'd like to be an intern, sponsor, or in our audience of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, that's right. If you'd like to be an intern, sponsor, or special guest, or you can sit in our audience, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can inbox us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Or you can inbox us at the FYI page, Edward Everett Facebook page, or Miss Lady Hinton Facebook page, or you can email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 757-714-7861. I want to say good afternoon to Mr. Kashad Saunders. Thank you so much. Kiki, that's me. 80, thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world.
Now, before we go, is one thing I didn't mention. I mentioned sports, but we didn't mention Sports Talk on Monday.
That's
Look,
right.
If you all didn't get a chance to see our Monday Sports Talk show, I'm going to post, or you can go to the pages or YouTube. I'll post it where you all can get that replay and check us out, our Sports Talk. And we are covering the NBA. We were doing NCAA. That was fire. We're now doing the NBA. We're close to the playoff. And Mr. E, who's playing this evening?
That's tomorrow night. The Golden State Warriors play against the Trailblazers. So, hey, this will determine who's going to make it to the playoffs.
Yes. Now, look, if you are a I'm talking about a fan. I mean, off the chain fan, not somebody just look at it every now and then. You know, if you're interested in coming on and talking with Mr. E got folk challenging him, telling him he just think he's Steven Smith up here on Monday Sports
That's
Talk. But I
right.
tell you what, Mr. E's doing a great job, and we love covering sports. If you all have any sports news, if you all know someone that's going to be here with us and can give us the tea on any game or any athlete or whatever, we would love to have you. We're hoping to have one of our friends, Mr. E. You gotta get him. You gotta get him to come to us again. He has a restaurant in Norfolk,
That's
Virginia.
right.
He's been on before. We are going to try to get him, and then we'll make the announcement of who he is. In the meantime, Mr. E, I saw a story on Tim Reed's. You know, he's a producer,
Yeah.
actor, business owner, and he was talking today to Ashley Smith about a one-man show that he's bringing. Mr. E, I'm gonna give Mr. E the assignment to get Mr. Tim Reed to be on FYI. We need him on to talk about the things that he's been doing. He is one of us. He's been on he's right from here in our own backyard, but he's been in so many places as a star, and he's still shining, and we would love to have him on. So I'm gonna give Mr. E that assignment to get Mr. Tim Reed to come on our show so he can talk about his journey and talk about his newest project. So listen, you guys, it's been fun. We're getting ready to go. It's been a long day. You all take it easy. Expect some great weather this week.
That's right.
Expect to enjoy this wonderful spring. I look forward to more information, community news from Mr. E. I'm going to make sure we bring some hot topics so you all can come on and join with us. And we want you to stay blessed, be encouraged, pray for others, pray for that young man we just talked about, that father that has been taken and scooped up. We want him back. His family needs him and loves him. And we need to pray for everybody, our leaders. We need to pray for all folk, because I tell you, we're living in a time when you just don't know what's going to happen. And so, look, you all be blessed. We're going to talk with you on Wednesday. Join us for immigration and deportation with our special guest, and just have a fabulous evening.
That's right. We want to say, do it. 2 up, 2 down. VA. Don't forget.